inside the 10. Here he comes. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So the Arkansas State Red Wolves offense will get the first possession of the game. We'll keep a close eye on the play calling and just how diligent they are in getting the tight end involved, Jesse. It just didn't work last week.
Yeah, there's no question that this coaching staff, they know the offense basically goes as their big tight end goes. And that's why they lost their last game out. They didn't get him the ball enough. And that was a huge problem. So, David, big priority, number one for this offense in this one, get him as many touches, as many ways as you can.
Yeah, feed the big fella, the big target, the chain mover, the red zone area, but just, you don't have to be as accurate. I think that's the thing that's nice. When you're throwing to a big tight end over the middle of the field, like, he'll catch it and still get hit. It's not that big of a deal, so we got to use the big fella.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Madsen. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
What a weapon this guy is, right? The tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because he gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to go up top. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Red Wolves. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the 2nd level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense,
he's going to take a shot right away. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Poor starting field position here for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like I do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. looking for a man. It's Madsen. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Dupree. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. He wants to change this route. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw again. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Red Wolves. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll try the right side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He'll pull it down. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays, and when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering it? Great job by the defense. Continue to chase that QB.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Madsen. Rifles it down the middle. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Bunch formation for these receivers. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Working that wide receiver screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Reynolds. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. And they exploited that soft spot the end of the quarter, and Arkansas State is on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking downfield on first down. Looking left. That's reeled in. It's Reynolds. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Some much-needed life from this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, the battle for the Heartland Trophy is over, and we have a winner between Wisconsin and Iowa. Wisconsin delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Madison. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the Big Ten. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
He's got the tight end. There he goes. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they've completely...
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But
and the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. Creates a little space. There he goes. The 30. He's at the... and he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Penn State.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off on the ground, a 67-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Unloads quickly. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Madison. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
Quickly out to the tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Red Wolves come to the line with a new set of downs. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dumps it to the back. Right on target this time. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. They'll try to run for it. Running to Green. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Red Wolves kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll leave it with him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Red Wolves! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick that you can go to.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. Going to swing it on second down. Fires on the move. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, two biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback, and the QB cannot throw a pick here in this situation. If you do those two things, you got an opportunity here to steal some points.
He's got him this time. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already. Heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Caught over the middle. It's Dupree. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Clock winding towards zero. They'll get one more snap off. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bussey. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Arkansas State.
And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Jonesboro when that town is buzzing as it is today. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Caught behind the line. It's strong. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. On third down, he drops the throw. He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Illegal blocking on offense.
There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. He's got an open man. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself with the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have offensively. Just keep chucking.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The gift to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Just drives in between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Finds his tight end. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Saunders. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. The Nittany Lions come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Punt is on its way. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. Back to pass, it's Madsen. Finds his big tight end. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's caught. It's Saunders. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, when you're running the crow route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the 1st down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll move the tight end. On the ground, it's White. Quick spin on the ride. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Howard. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Fires to the big fella. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make it.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And how about the complementary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football.
Fires to the wideout. Rolls it in. Doesn't quite. To the first down marker, he's a yard short. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense in a bunch formation. Making side adjustments here. Shoots it to the left. Got his man downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Dropping back, it's Madsen. Bringing the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Red Wolves will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Red Wolves with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He might want another play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Red Wolves! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Arizona dug down deep and found a way for a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday as we send things back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Oh, what a move. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Leaves it with the back. Spins away from the defender. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game cooking, or do I throw the...
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
And the Nittany Lions with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. On the move, it's White. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. There he goes. Got enough for the first. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
You know, you don't need to be an absolute blazer to have success running the football as a QB. You just need to know where to pick your spots, finding holes, reading blocks, falling forward. This quarterback does all of it.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Caught in the backfield, it's White. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like understanding, I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a
And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. Time is short. Defense still has 3 timeouts, but it's a mountain in front of them, Jesse.
Yeah, the worst-case scenario now for this offense is victory formation, victory formation, victory formation, punt, win the game, David.
No doubt about it. When you're up 2+ possessions, there's no way for the defense to get back in the game. So take a knee, get out of here with the dub. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Here we go.
To the air, it's Madsen. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Bussey. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Red Wolves come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He slings it deep to the left. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.